What's your favorite type of speaker terminal cup? Spring clip, push terminal, beefy dual terminal? How about a whole subwoofer amp inside a terminal cup? Stay tuned, we're going to check it out! Recently, I noticed this Gladen terminal cup amplifier shown over on Car Audio Fabrication, and I was like, man, this is awesome. This is such a cool idea. They have them available for $350, mainly through dealers, but they're also on eBay. Most people know that powered car audio subwoofers do come with these plate-style amplifiers, like this one shown by A-Trend for $249, the A-Trend SBA or sealed box amplifier. But did you know that Recoil Audio makes the most powerful one I've seen? And yes, it is designed to fit in a box like a terminal cup. And not only is it the most powerful one listed at 500 watts, also the least expensive model at under $100. Now, thanks to Buy It Now and patience, 4 days later, the Recoil amplifier arrives for us to check out. So let's get it unboxed and see what's inside. First up, the owner's manual for the ATC 500.1. Talks about how to hook it up, features, specifications, all that. So very nice overall for the manual. Also, we have 4 screws for mounting this terminal cup amplifier to your box. We have this speaker connection here that connects to the pigtail on the back of the amp. Also, we have another pigtail for your power input and your RCA inputs as well. Then we have the bass remote cable. Thank you, Recoil, here for using the phone-style connector so it stays in. And we have a metal bass remote that has power. It also has a clip light and a nice potentiometer. So yeah, this looks pretty good. We'll check it out closer here. And you can see the power light there at the top, clip light at the bottom, about 20 feet worth of cable. Next up, we have some foam tape. I assume this is for taping up your wires, but they don't really say it in the manual, but that's what we'll go with. Also, here is the amplifier and terminal cup style device. You can see the pigtail there on the back. That is the speaker connection. And then we're going to go over all the different options on the front. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking. And here's all the accessories that come with it that I've already shown you. The remote, the cable, the pigtails, the manual, the screws, all that good stuff. Here's the front of the terminal cup amplifier. You'll see first off we have the gain control, 0.2 to 12 volts, high pass filter 10 hertz to 50 hertz, low pass filter 250 down to 40 hertz, bass boost of 0 to 12 dB, which has a frequency of 35 to 90 hertz, phase of 0 or 180 degrees, the remote input terminal there for the remote bass cable, power and clip lights. Also we have the panel mount connector here for the inputs as well, with the signal inputs as well as the power and ground inputs and the remote turn on. Now, as far as dimensions, the front is around 4 inches in diameter. For the length, it's about 8 inches if you include the wire sticking out, but here's the official dimensions according to Recoil. Next up, we're going to fire up the SMD Demore Engineering Amplifier Dyno to test the true output power of this amp. If you haven't seen these tests before, power output on the left, the ohm load is in the middle, the voltage of the dyno as well as the amp is on the right, and we'll also have the remote clamp so we can monitor the efficiency.
You know how them sound waves go?
In this case, Big Dummy said sound waves meant sine waves. Let's try 4 ohms first, rated 300 watts at 14.4. We're going to use the 40 hertz test tone. Certified test takes us up to 1% distortion. Can we get the 300 watts? Hold your breath. Oh yes, easily. 342. Now voltage is just a little bit high, 14.56. So we'll just say that it definitely does the rated power. Uncertified up to clipping. Let's see if we get here. Again, 40 hertz is our test signal. Get a little bit more as we'd expect. 344 at again 14.56. Next up, we're going to run the dynamic track, which sends a pulse tone of 40 hertz into the amp, kind of checking out that dynamic capability of the amp. And in this case, at 4 ohms, we don't have much at all. 349 watts, 14.58 volts. Next up, we're going to set the dyno for the 2 ohm mode. This is where this amp is rated 500 watts. Again, test at 40 hertz. First up, certified test to 1% distortion. Here we go. Can we get the 500 watts? Oh, so close, but not quite there. 470, but our voltage is dead on at 14.42, so just a little bit shy. What about uncertified? Takes us up to the clipping point. Can we get the 500 watts up to clipping? And not quite. So close. 495 at 14.3. I bet we could have got the 500 if the voltage would have stayed up. What about dynamic? Send that pulse tone into the amp. Let's see if we can bust a 500. Oh, yes. It's 536. Is it going to jump any more? Nope. There you go. 536 at 14.58. Now, for all the results, you can pause this if you want to see it, but we also ran it at 8 ohms. And if you'll stick till later in the video, we'll run it all the way down to 1 ohm, but you got to watch all the way to the end. Now, I know most of you guys are like me, and you want to see how something is made, see what it looks like on the inside. So let's take out the 8 screws here on the bottom, including the one that says you're not supposed to remove me because you void your warranty and all that stuff. But we're going to do it anyway because you know that y'all deserve to see it, and I want to see it anyway. Here it is, the guts of the ATC 500.1. We'll do a slow motion pan here so you can see the tiny components. See the transformer there in the center. See the caps. You see the magazine. You see the 9mm. No, I'm just kidding.
This is not a Mickey Mouse program.
Back to the caps. We do have 2200 microfarad, 25 volts here. There's 2 of them for the input filtering. Also for the rails, we have 2200 microfarad caps, but these are at 63 volts, which is expected for a 500 watt amp. Now let's talk about how to get this thing connected into your subwoofer box. So I just used my utility knife here to cut the carpet a little bit and open this up so I can get the 3-inch hole marked so I can cut it out with my jigsaw. Now the diameter of the top of this cup is just slightly bigger. It's like 3.5 inches, but I'm just going to cut it on the inside. But I'm going to use this to help me mark the new hole. Now, it'd be highly recommended for you to use a hole type saw, and it doesn't need to be 3 inches. It needs to be like 2 3/4 inches. But anyway, you're going to see here, maybe you won't, but I actually cut it just a little bit too big. Big dummy, did it again. But anyway, I made it work, but you guys have to be a little bit more careful than me when you do this and use the right tools. Don't use a jigsaw here for cutting out a 3-inch hole. It's just too small. Also, pro tip here, don't use the 4 screws they provide for mounting this amp. I had a hard time. The head on these kind of messed up, so did not work well. I would not use those. All right, let's power it up. Light goes from red to blue. Let's try it with the sub. I know these sound tests and flex tests are really just for show here because you can't get an idea of how this thing sounds. It sounded good in person. I will not say that, I was shocked or had a bad time with it. I think it sounded pretty good. And here is the woofer test. I'll stop talking so you can watch the woofer flex. On to the pros and cons of the Recoil Audio ATC 500.1 terminal cup amplifier. Yes, it is unique in the size and the application. Rated power measured. The efficiency at 4 2 ohms is very good. It does include a very nice bass remote. It has bass boost and frequency, which is always nice. Also easily disconnected if you want to take out your speaker box. Also, it's very inexpensive, much less expensive than the other options that I've shown at the beginning of the video. Things that could be better, I'd rather see a disconnect for the power ground and turn on, and also have separate RCAs instead of that harness. Also requires about 9 inches of depth. The crossover slopes we're not aware. We think they're 12 dB, but they don't give them in the specs. It's not rated for 1 ohm, and also they don't give you a template cutout, so you kind of have to be very careful not to cut your hole too large, kind of like I did. Anyway, overall, the Recoil Audio ATC 500.1 did its rated power plus some, has a lot of features, for $100. I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer. If you need a hidden amp, you just want to put it inside your sub box. Pretty cool overall. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash me a thumbs up. This was not sponsored by Recoil Audio. I do these tests for you guys. So let me know what you think below. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Leave me a comment. Keep the videos going. Till next time, know where Big D is. That's right. I'm out of here. Now you might have thought I forgot, but I did not leave you hanging. Let's try 1 ohm for this amp. Not rated for 1 ohm. Here we go. Certified test first. We get 493. So still a little bit shy there of that 500 watts that it's rated. Let's try it up to clipping though. See if we can best the 500 watts at 1 ohm clipping. Again, the amp is not rated for 1 ohm. So, oh, check this out. Well over 600 watts. We got 623 at 14.14. Finally, we will run the dynamic test with the 40 hertz pulse track going into the amp. And there you can see the dynamic capability, almost 800 watts, 774, 14.38. Big D, I'm out.